radiate God's love to everyone around me. Gently remind yourself, I am a peaceful soul. I, the divine being, full of God's love, purity, and peace. Vibrations of peace radiate from me out into this universe. I, the soul, detach myself from this world and my body. Look at yourself, that tiny point of light, traveling upwards. I, the soul, am rising above this planet. I am going home. Crossing the sun, the moon, and the stars. I, the soul, have reached home. It's a region of divine light, a land of complete stillness and peace. It's just peace and peace all around me. The soul world, my home. I see before me a very bright, shining point of light. My Father, God, the Supreme Power, just like me, another soul, very powerful, ocean of divinity and unconditional love. I, the soul, am sitting with God. God, the energy with whom I can experience all my relationships. God, my Father, my Mother, my teacher, my guide.
Om Shanti. Welcome. So, we are together for 7 sessions, and today is our 5th. And we almost understood, and I'm sure you all have experienced and practiced our true identities. Who am I? Where is my home? What is my purpose of existence? Who is God? What is His role in my life? And the connection, in fact, the highest connection with the Supreme Being. And all the 8 powers as attainments that we receive as an inheritance from God. Then we understood the cycle of time, where again he is reminding us God as he is the knowledgeful one. In his attributes, we understood he is the one, only one who has the knowledge of the beginning, the middle, and the end of the world. So he is a reminder, and we understood that how we souls, when we came down, when we left our home and our father, we were pure 100% charged, and first we came to golden age, where the nature was also in its fullest extent perfect. There was no body consciousness, no vices, no pain, no devotion. We were worthy of worship for half the cycle. For 2,500 years, we were worthy of worship. Imagine there was no name or trace of sorrow, of pain. And then the other half, in the Copper Age, we started losing our identity. We came into body consciousness. And slowly, today we are in the fourth and the last age, where everything is extreme. Body consciousness, vices, pain, sorrow, religion, devotion, everything is extreme. And then we also talk about the most beautiful age, when God himself intervenes and gives us the knowledge of who we are. He gives us the knowledge of who he is. Only God can teach us the highest connection, means Raj Yoga. Earlier also I explained you that no human being can be called God, and so no human being can purify any other human being. That's the task of only one God. And so because he has his profession, he has his job given, his duty is given to him. So he has a specific time when he has to perform his duties. And so that time is now at present, when very little time is remaining, very little. Lot of time has gone, but very little time is remaining, still remaining, where he has come and giving us the highest knowledge that purifies us souls. And so today we will know further about the cycle in the form of a genealogical tree. Now you just imagine a simple tree. A simple tree. The most important part in a tree is seed. Is a seed. Seed is small. Seed is incognito, is not visible. Yeah, but it is only seed that contains the whole or the full knowledge of the tree. So we can say God, Baba, Supreme Father, is the seed of this human world tree, which means he has the full knowledge of each and every leaf of this tree. And that's why we call him, he is ocean of knowledge. So God is the seed of this tree. Okay, second most important part in the tree is root, the roots of the tree. Now these two, seed and the roots, they both are incognito and they both are together. So these roots are the foundation, which means if the roots are strong, the tree becomes strong. If the roots are weak, the tree remains weak. And the water is given to the roots, not to the leaves. Right? And so when God comes to this world and he gives the water of knowledge to the roots of this tree. So who are the roots? So in the whole cycle, what we saw in the 4th session, we souls, we passed through the 4 different ages. And the 5th one, when we are in the 5th one, that is the diamond age or confluence age, where actually through us, God is laying the sapling to the new world. He is purifying us so that we become worthy to go to the new world, which means he is establishing the new world through us souls. So those who are at the confluence age are the roots of this tree. So we are the ancestors or the roots. Through us only the new tree starts. So we are with the seed because only we know him. And only God gives us knowledge. Water, he is giving us water, means knowledge. Feeding us, purifying us. So we souls are the roots of this tree. And then there is a seed, then the roots, and then what happens in the tree? A trunk. There is a trunk. A small trunk emerges in a tree. So we now at the confluence age, with God, with the seed, incognito way, we are purifying ourselves. We are helping God to destroy the land of sorrow and to establish heaven or the golden age. So the trunk actually represents undivided kingdom, means unity, oneness, because it's one. Trunk, one. So golden age and silver age, both. In fact, when the tree grows, it just becomes narrow. You see, like this. But there is no branches yet. So the trunk represents oneness. Oneness. There is one king, one language, one land. Everything is one in the golden and silver ages. And because there is oneness, there is peace, there is purity, there is prosperity. Because there is oneness. There is no division. So from the confluence age, we went to the golden age, and then it becomes little narrow, means the purity little bit has been diminished. From 100% we come to 80%. So that represents the silver age. Still no division. Okay, so we took 8 births. We took 8 births in golden age, and then time is moving. We came to the silver age, and there we take 12 births. Then slowly and slowly tree is growing. Then there is a time when the first branch emerges in the tree. Division. And that happens from the copper age, when we are in the copper age. The first branch means division, means bodily religions. Different religions came to existence. They came to this earth to give their messages. So the first branch from today, 2500 years before, means right in the beginning of the copper age, first branch emerges. And the father of this branch is known as Ibrahim. Ibrahim, who came 2500 years before and established Islam religion. Now, his message, the message that he gave was total rejection to idol worshipping. Now you have to understand this message. His message was total rejection to idol worshipping, which means when Ibrahim came on this earth, there were already souls on this earth who were worshipping idols. We were there already because we came from golden age, then we came to the silver age, and then we came to the copper age. And we started devotion, means we started remembering God. And last time I also explained you that it was so difficult for us to remember incorporeal God because we were in body consciousness. And so we started portraying the images of the human beings who lived in golden and silver ages. We ourselves, we lived there, souls. So we started worshipping deities. Once upon a time, we were deities when we were in the golden and silver ages. But when we started losing our qualities, when we became impure, we started worshipping our own images. And so at that time, when Ibrahim comes, he says, no idol worshipping, means you cannot reunite. There cannot be reunion with the Supreme Soul through idol worshipping. So he rejected idol worshipping and he says God is fearsome. Fearsome means he created so many laws in relationships. And he says God is fearsome. There is only justice. There is no mercy. God is not merciful. There is only justice. And his name is Jehovah. So now there are two divisions. We were there who were worshipping idols. And then there is one messenger who is giving message of rejecting idol worshipping. And he established his branch, his religion. Now what happens? There is another theory. When any soul or prophet or the father of the particular branch, when he comes down from our home, when that soul comes down, he does not come alone. He comes with his disciples or with a group of souls from the same section. Same section means from the same religious section. Which means when the Ibrahim, that soul, any prophet comes, he does not have to really make effort to establish his religion, because already he comes with a group of souls who has the personality traits of the same religion. Means there are already people who are ready to accept his message. And second theory is, whoever, any soul coming down first time from home to the stage, that soul is in its 100% purity. But those who are already there, those who have been to the golden age and silver age, and now they have come to the copper age, we were in our 50% purity. But those who are coming at that time from home, they are in their 100% purity. And that's why they had a purity, they had power, and they were able to establish a new religion. So for 250 years, there was only the idol worshippers, means we were there, and then one prophet came and he gave his message. So he came with his population from his own religion, and some of us also converted in that branch. Now, after 250 years, another branch, the second branch, emerges in the tree, which means from today, 2250 years before, second branch. His name was Buddha, and he came to establish Buddhism, his religion. Now, when he came, his message was also very simple. He gave the message of non-violence. That's it. Nobility, purity in action. His message was how to transform, how to nobilize our actions, how to purify our action. Why he has to give this message? Because until now, there were we who were lost already. And then there was only one religion with lots of many laws. There was only law. And so because of that, there was violence. When there is no love, there is only law, there is violence. And so the second messenger had to come and give the message of non-violence. And one very interesting philosophy he gave to us, and that was reincarnation. Reincarnation. At that time, Buddha spoke about reincarnation, and he said, soul is not immune to its actions. Means, I give you one example. Today I am wearing white, right? I'm wearing white clothes, and I am taking $100 from you. Okay, so the law is, I have taken $100 from you. So the law is, I have to return $100 to you. That's the law. Okay. So now tomorrow I wear green color, green costume. So do you think now I don't have to pay you? Because when I was wearing white. But today I am but tomorrow I am wearing green. So don't I have to give you? I still have to return. That's the law, right? So this knowledge Buddha gave, that it is soul who is using this body as costume and performing action, good or bad. But it is the soul who pays for its actions, not the body. So it is not that, in this body I perform any action and then there is death and so the account is closed. No, it is, the account is with the soul, not with the costume. Okay, so, and to pay the return, soul has to reincarnate, means keeps on changing costumes. Okay, so at that time he gave this wonderful knowledge of reincarnation, the reason of reincarnation of the soul. That is also based on karma philosophy. Okay, so now there are we devotees remembering incorporeal God and idol worshipping. And then there is Ibrahim who came with so many laws. And then east side, Buddha came, who came with the message of non-violence. Again, after 250 years of Buddha and 500 years of Ibrahim, the third branch appears. And 2000 years before, third branch. His name was Christ. His name was Christ. And he established Christian religion. Now, the message, his message was also very simple. He says, God is love. Very simple message. God is love. God is merciful. There is a balance of law and love. So we had the message of law, non-violence, and then when Christ comes, he gives the message of love. Because at that time, you can imagine how he was crucified, so how much hatred was there in human beings. So he came in that area where so much hatred was there in our hearts. So he gave the message of love. But we should not forget that we are going towards the iron age, means the battery slowly and slowly discharging. Even when Ibrahim came, when he came, he was in his 100% purity. But the time when Buddha comes, Buddha is in its 100% purity, but Ibrahim has already, one branch. Now I give you another example, one branch. When it is growing, it is becoming narrow, right? And then from one branch, there are another different branches emerge from one branch, small branches. And at the end, there are leaves. So you all know that there is no power in a leaf, just little bit wind and it will fall. So that shows the purity, okay, from 100 to 0. Every soul has to pass through these stages from 100 to 0. So we were already in our 50%, so we are going, less and less when we are going towards the iron age. And when Christ came and he gave this beautiful message that God is love, but we were in so much body consciousness, we already have forgotten ourselves, we have lost our qualities, we don't know who God is, we could not experience or understood the real love of God. So love means for us was two things. Love means lust, or love means attachment. And if you see, both are vices. So that was the period when we thought that it is the permission from God. God himself is love, means lust or attachment. So we started indulging more and more into vice. And there was a time, without any responsibility, it was like a permission from God that we can indulge in vice, in lust, or can have attachment, etc. So we misunderstood the message. And because of that, there was so much impurity in the world. And that impurity actually, that impurity can destroy the world. But that was not the time of destruction. And so the fourth branch emerges. Fourth branch emerges. But when? After 500 years of Christ, the fourth branch emerges. His name was Shankaracharya. You have not heard this name, I think. His name was Shankaracharya because he is not a prophet. He is not a religious messenger. He just came to sustain this world because of so much impurity. And so he is not known as the religious founder, but he came 1500 years before, and he established the religion of renunciation, sannyas religion. The religion of renunciation means man can renounce his wife, children, house, and go to the jungle, on the mountains, to remain celibate, to meditate, to connect with the Supreme Soul, and to spread the power of purity. And so we can imagine how much power is there in purity. So it is their purity that sustained the world at that time. So he started the religion of renunciation, where so many people left their houses and the family path, in fact, and they became all the sages and sadhus and gurus. They remained celibate. So yes, there is also purity in celibacy, not indulging in vices, because vice, indulgence of the vice of lust, means extreme form of body consciousness. Okay, and then the last messenger in Copper Age, again west side. So now we have Ibrahim, we have Buddha, we have Christ, we have Shankaracharya, and there are also those who never converted. They are still worshipping their idols. We, those who came from the golden and silver ages, they are still worshipping their idols. And so what happens, because we are going towards the Iron Age, slowly, every branch, when the time is going, from one branch, there are two branches already emerged. For example, when Christ came, first two branches already has splitting. They were not 100% now. When Christ comes, he was in his 100% purity. Means that religion had power. But rest, those who came before him already started splitting. Questioning about who and how and what, about the message and messenger. And so there was a time when we all forgot about their messages. And we could see only the messenger. We forgot the message, but we can see messengers because we are in body consciousness. So we can see body very easily, but the message about incorporeal God is forgotten. So the last prophet had to come as a reminder. This last one was a reminder, and he came 1400 years before. His name was Muhammad, and the message that he gave was also very simple, very direct and necessary. And what he says, his message, God is one. He says, God is one. He is incorporeal, means he is not human body. He is incorporeal. His name is Allah. You must remember him alone. You understood? God is one. He is incorporeal. His name is Allah. You must remember him alone, because all the rest are children or prophets. So why he had to say this? Because we already started forgetting the messages and started remembering messengers as God. And so Muhammad was the reminder, but the time was wrong. We are going towards the last age, Iron Age. And so his message remained very strictly in his branch, in his group. So this is how all different souls came to this earth to give beautiful message to all, to this world. Okay, there is 1 minute left. I'm also reminding you, you are going to disconnect in 1 minute. Please use the same ID, same password and reconnect. Okay. So there are in fact five prophets. the religious founders, great souls, pure souls who came to guide us. But yet, in spite of having beautiful messages and the pure souls, Iron Age begins. We come to the Iron Age. We degrade. So there was something missing.